Happy Fez Friday, everybody. Hey, there we go. Happy Fez Friday, everyone. It is Friday, August 30th.
Yay!
And, well, this is the state of the studio. My name is Jason. I'll be your Fezmonger. I am joined by the Fezo Moselle Ruth. And hovering around in the background over there, you can see the Festress Maya. It's a quick one this morning because we have some very important work to get to today. So just to get you caught up, Maya and I got up early this morning. We went to the pool, got in a real workout for the first time this summer. So that feels good. And the reason we did that is because our day is going to be spent mostly on the couch. It is August 30th, the day that the Dark Crystal TV show on Netflix releases. So, and of course, our very special Fezo Moselle worked on the show. So we've been really excited about getting to see this thing finally. I've been watching behind the scenes footage and stuff, and it looks amazing. So that's really going to our focus today. So forgive me if I'm a little bit scatterbrained, because that's really my entire plan for the Friday is get up and work out so that I don't feel so bad sitting on the couch for 10 episodes of television. We went and got acai bowls, which is why we're a little bit late, healthy breakfast there. And we're going to watch a bunch of Dark Crystal, probably take a break, make some okonomiyaki for like a late lunch kind of thing, and then watch more
Dark Crystal.
More Dark Crystal. And we're just going to watch Dark Crystal all day today. So that is our plan. And that is it's a couch day for us. So no embroidery machines will be running today. We're just going to focus on enjoying ourselves and watching some quality television. A little update on the badges. All of the badges are done. All of the lava skulls are done. I did an extra batch. Used everything I had here to make another run of like 10 lava skulls. So all of those orders are going out. Many of them already started going out, and they might start showing up depending on where you're at. And the rest should be all sent out by this weekend. So barring any mistakes in our mad dash to try to restock Fezes and tackle this massive dual badge process and get extra tassel caps together, I think I have everything covered. We did make a bunch of extra of the 86 badge, so if you have not ordered 86 badges, you still have time. I'm listing them on the website. I have a handful of them on the website now that I'll just sell until they're gone. If we have any other extras, I'm just holding off to make sure that I didn't miscount on an order. So I know I was making extra because those go a lot faster than the Haku badges do. So I just kept running the 86 badges. So I have a pile of extras, but after we've taken our badges for our jackets, there should be a handful left over. So go ahead and take a look at that. And I also listed the extra that I believe are extra lava skulls that I made this week are also on there. I won't have them put onto the general public website until I can actually do a full stock. I've already ordered the white skulls and a bunch of white tikis, and I picked up a bunch of extra colors of dye to kind of mess around with other concepts.
Fun.
But that probably won't really be happening until after we finish our shows in September. So that's sounding more like an October kind of thing for us. So that is where we're at. We're 2 weeks away from Son of Monsterpalooza and 4 weeks away from the Gaslight Expo. So still a lot to going on. I'm working on a private design for a private order. I need to get the artwork out this weekend. Even though production probably won't start until after the shows, I want to get that finalized. So I'm trying to get that out of the way and then decide if I have time to do anything new for Son of Monsterpalooza. I have ideas for stuff to do for Gaslight that I'd like to try.
Yes.
There's a couple new designs. Plus, we never really did the pressure gauge as a Fez design. So I'm contemplating maybe doing a pressure gauge design for a Fez and Chapeau. Since I did the badges and that was a learning experience for me because that was the first time I worked with the custom printed fabric, like, engineered fabric print and embroidery. I have a idea on ways I can make improvements, and then also on how I can tweak it so that it would better fit a chapeau.
Brilliant.
So that might be happening in the next couple of weeks. Other updates stuff, I have ordered some extra things for shooting video to hopefully make it a little bit easier to grab more video footage there's a barrier of entry because of that. It's the issue of phone in pocket and need to hand it to somebody else. And so having a camera set up that's just ready to record all the time might help a little bit. So I ordered something on eBay. So that I believe is waiting for me at the P.O. box. Also picked up the miniature camp battery that Ruth had recommended that she's been using. So it's a smaller one than the big battery that we take to shows. But I'm really excited to take a look at this thing and get that in. I think that's also waiting at the P.O. box. So I'll do a review of that. So let you guys know, the kind of utility that we can get out of it. I have a project for the booth that I want it for. So I'll be excited to give it a try. I want to see what kind of equipment I can run off of it and for how long. Our big battery runs our lights and our fan fine, and we can get through the entire weekend of a show without having to really worry about recharging it. This new one that we picked up is a much smaller, more compact battery, lots of outlets on it, which is really cool. So obviously it won't run for days on end, but it'll be interesting from a technical standpoint to see how much time we can get on that. So that'll be something I will be talking about soonish. As soon as I get it in, I can shoot some stuff on that. Hopefully after the con season is finally behind us, I can get back to work on a regular video tutorial slash informational kind of stuff that I was toying with over the last year. Mike, my friend Mike, has said that his schedule is opening up in September, so he'll be able to start helping out with that again. I've gotten a lot more experience in just basic video editing, wrapping my mind around video editing. So I'm getting kind of excited about that idea. I will be sending out Sunday survey Sundays. I will be putting up polls to ask the kind of stuff that you guys are into or interested in seeing more of. So make sure you keep an eye on the Sunday polls that come out. The first one will come out this week. It's going to be talking about how you guys access the information, so I have a better idea of how other people are interacting with the Patreon. I get all of mine from the my mobile app, so that's really how I interact with the Patreon page. And that usually tells me if I need to log into a Chrome or into a browser or something. But I need to find out how everyone else is. I have a feeling a lot of people are getting emails or maybe not getting the emails, maybe just waiting to hear something on social. So that's going to be the poll for this week. But then after that, I'm going to start talking about what you guys need to see more of. We've grown as an audience a little bit, and I want to make sure that I'm not just narrow focused on the first 10 people from last year, but also everybody that's grown in. The growth is a little bit intimidating because we are getting dangerously close to the 100 goal, where I said I would explain exactly what project had instigated my creating this Patreon page, and said that I would push forward on actually making that project happen for real, even if I'm not prepared for it. Secret, I'm not prepared for it, but I will push forward on that. It is a large, long-term endeavor of a project. And I'm not being coy just to be coy. It terrifies me because I know I can do it. I know I can, if I can do it. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. So that is what's going on there. I'm going to be very excited to talk to Ruth about all of her experiences working on the Dark Crystal show, doing the costumes for the puppets. I've been watching some behind the scenes footage, really interesting stuff that I learned that they originally pitched the Dark Crystal series as a cartoon. And Netflix looked at the original Dark Crystal and went, nah, we want puppets. And then they did a whole process where they pitched or did all this development for this short where all the Gelflings were CG. And the Skeksis was a puppet, and they showed it in the documentary that Netflix has. And that's when they kind of realized that it just doesn't quite work, because you can tell that one's real and one's not real, which is, I suspect, when they panicked and realized they needed a whole bunch of costumers to show up that could make costumes for puppets.
And I can tell you from my experience that when we were doing build, I have friends who work in hair, and they were, punching the puppets which sounds much more exciting than it is. But anyway, they were punching the hair on the puppets. And at first they were told, don't worry about things like eyelashes, we'll CGI it in. And then they said, nope, we're going to try and CGI nothing. So they punched everything. They did everything.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I deliberately did not watch The Dark Crystal again this week, just because I didn't even want to go into it with that kind of, comparison one to the other. And since it's a prequel, I don't need to know what happened in The Dark Crystal. Mm-hmm. So I don't need that fresh in my memory. It's not a continuation. It's all beforehand. So I'm really excited to see just psychologically how it affects me.
Yeah.
And because that was one, I'm a massive Henson fan. Loved everything he's done. So, and Dark Crystal is a monument to fantasy for me. So I'm really excited to see this.
Me too.
So that is our plan for the weekend. Is basically we've got Friday. I don't know what Saturday is at this point. But today it's mostly sit on the couch and watch 10 episodes of The Dark Crystal. So I hope all of you out there are having a great weekend planned ahead of you. Once again, thank you so much for all of your support and input on stuff that I'm working on. And we're going to go watch some TV and eat acai bowls. So that is our plan for the day as it stands. Otherwise, everything else can wait until next week. We will see you next time. Have a great weekend out there, and keep your tassels clean. Boop.